What's going on, everybody? My name is CarlettaElston, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 7 key components that it takes to sustain or create a healthy relationship or connection. Okay? Now, first off, let me say I'm not a psychologist or a therapist or anything like that. This is a video that I was inspired to create, and it's solely based upon, my intuition, my personal experiences and research. So the first key component that it takes to create a healthy relationship is transparency and communication. Okay, you want to make sure that you can talk to your partner about any and everything. Okay, from babe, you got a booger in your nose. You got something on your face right here. To I didn't appreciate how you spoke to me yesterday. From, I enjoyed what you did in the bedroom last night, but you can improve in this area. You want to be able to talk about everything, okay, and learn your partner. Talk about, your love languages. Is it quality time that matters the most to them? Or is it words of affirmations? Is it acts of service? Do they want you to prove, how much you care and you love them, with deeds or things like that? Or do they like gifts? Do they like physical touch? All of these things play a role in, making a healthy connection, in being transparent. You also want to learn about your partner's childhood. How was their experience growing up? Did they grow up in a 2-parent household? Did they grow up in a single-parent household? Did they have a traumatic childhood, or was their childhood pretty healthy? What are their triggers? Is it certain ways that you say certain things, or, a particular way you move? It's important to know that as well. You want to know what their goals are. What excites them? What interests them? What drives them? What's important to them? This is important to know so that you can be their cheerleader. You want to be their support system. It's important to have interest in what interests your partner. And lastly, you want to know what their family dynamic is like and what their views are of tradition. Are they close with their family, or are they not really in contact? Are they distant from their family? Do they want family or kids of their own? Do they want marriage? Do they want monogamy? Do you share the same views when it comes to, sexuality or sexual interest and polygamy and things like that? All of these things are in alignment with being transparent and communicating. And it's important that you know all of these things in your relationship. Now, the second component that it takes to have a healthy relationship is to not say anything bad about your partner. Okay? If you all have some differences or, disagreements in your relationship, you want to make sure that you keep that between you all. Okay, you want to make sure that you discuss these things with your partner, and you don't run off telling your friends or, your family members, your parents, or your coworkers, because when you all get back on good terms with each other or even ground, they're going to be looking at them sideways, and they're always going to keep that in the back of their mind, and it's just going to be awkward. And one thing that you don't want to create is barriers with your partner where they feel that they can't trust you, or when something goes wrong that you're going to run off and tell somebody about what you've gone through and create more turmoil. So you want to make sure that you're keeping any differences or disagreements in your relationship. And recognize that, not everybody will want to see you succeed. So if you don't share anything about your relationship that's positive, don't share anything at all. And if you do want to share something negative, that you go to a professional, that you go to a therapist or a psychologist, somebody that can provide you all with some tools and some proper ways of dealing and healing the situation. Now, the third key component that you need to sustain a healthy relationship is have your own separate identities. Okay, you want to make sure that you know who you are outside of the relationship, and that your sole focus is not just the relationship itself. I think it's very unhealthy to, be so consumed within your relationship that you don't even know who you are and you can't even exist outside of it. So you definitely want to make sure that you have your own goals, your own ambitions, your own activities, and your own things outside of the relationship that, can keep you happy and can keep you whole and keep you driven, when things might not be so great within your relationship. It's your job to keep your own self happy. The relationship is just supposed to add an element of happiness as well. But you're supposed to keep your own self happy. So, make sure that you're going to the gym or that you're learning a new language if you're a woman. You're involved in some type of book club or school, Zumba class, wine tastings with your friends, whatever it is that interests you, that you have your own thing going on. And if you're a man, that you're in the gym, you're taking care of yourself and your health. You're in school, some type of book club, or maybe you go out and hang out with your guys every now and then, shoot pool, maybe you enjoy creating music, but definitely personal identity is everything, and sustaining that, as well as, your relationship. Now, the fourth key component it takes to sustain a healthy connection is leveling up the 6-9. Okay. And when I say this, I'm not referring to just sexually, I'm referring to all aspects of your relationship, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. 6-9 is the ability to be able to receive as well as to give. Relationship is all about give and take. It's all about, receptivity and giving. So you want to make sure that you incorporate that aspect into all of the aspects of your relationship, from mentally, giving your partner words of encouragement, making sure that you are, cheering them on when they do something positive, that you're there, that you're a support system. This is going to strengthen them mentally, that you are giving them affection. Maybe your partner enjoys cuddling. Maybe they enjoy you holding their hand and giving them massages and things like that. That's going to be an emotional support for them. Joint meditation or prayer. This is going to build up the spiritual connection between you all. You all are going to be enhancing your spiritual lives. Maybe you all wake up and you all join in prayer together, or you all do some type of joint meditation. And lastly, financially, you want to be able to surprise your partner with gifts, or, taking the tab every now and then. Now, every relationship dynamic is different. Some relationships are more traditional, where the man or the masculine energy is the one that takes on all of the financial responsibility, taking on all of the bills. They're going to make sure that, the household is taken care of, and, that you don't have to reach in your pocket for anything if you're a woman, or the feminine. But, in my opinion, I believe that it's important for a woman to also express her appreciation every now and then, and that is nothing wrong with that. If you want to take the tab and you're a woman, or you're the feminine, or however, every now and then, I think that that's a good thing. If you want to surprise your partner with a gift on their birthday, or just, a random occasion, it doesn't have to be anything specific, just to show that you appreciate them, and that you acknowledge their hard work, and that you acknowledge their effort, and, their support and their love, and that you love them. I think that that's very important, and, it just enhances that connection. And that's providing some type of financial support as well, you know. And the fifth key component that I have here is be open and spontaneous. Okay. If you're not the most spontaneity or the most spontaneous person in the world, that's okay. Maybe you're more introverted or you're more on the reserve side when it comes to expressing your love and affection and things like that. But one way that you can implement spontaneity is just to change little things up every now and then. Okay, maybe it's, if you're a woman, it's how you do your hair, you know. Maybe you decide to pick a certain restaurant, you know, that you all can go and check out together. Maybe it's a certain book that sparks your interest and you purchase, you know, that same book for your partner and you all read it, you know, and share your ideas and share your knowledge on what you have learned and exchange, you know, information. Maybe it's a new recipe, you know, you all pick out something that you both like and you go in the kitchen and you all just go in and, you know, you're exchanging energy in that. You are pouring, you know, energy into your relationship in that moment. Maybe it's, you know, some type of business venture or investment that has your interest. You know, that's another element of spontaneity. You propose these new ideas to your partner that you all are going to venture on together. Maybe it's a new park. You know, it doesn't have to be some park in your neighborhood. It can be in another state. You know, you want to go and then you want to explore it together. You know, that's an element of spontaneity. Or, you know, something adventurous like rock climbing or hiking or, you know, some type of amusement park or something like that. And another idea that I have here is, you know, writing your partner a surprise letter. Okay, maybe you just express yourself and everything that you feel, your appreciation, your love, you know, your compassion for your partner. And you write it all down and put it in a letter and, you know, sneak it in their shoe or sneak it, you know, under their pillow. Maybe you put it in their lunchbox before they go off to work in the morning. Maybe you leave a note on their car dash, you know, that, you know, sets them off and gives them, you know, that extra boost to have a great day, you know, or you send them, you know, some naughty text messages, you know, whatever your element of surprise or spontaneity is, you know, you definitely want to make sure that you are open to these things so that you all don't get burnt out on each other. Because naturally in relationships, when we are up under our partners all of the time, you know, especially on an extent of time, you've been together for years, you know, it's easy to start getting bored with the relationship. And these type of things will, you know, invite more positive energy in your relationship and invite that person to want to be around you more as well. Now, the sixth key component that can help sustain a healthy relationship is self-awareness. You want to be self-aware. Self-awareness is key in paying attention to the energy. Okay, as I mentioned, you know, when you're with the partner for a extent of time, you know, you all can get bored with each other. You all can get burnt out. You know, maybe you are just so busy with your own life and things that you have going on outside of the relationship that you just start to pay less attention to your partner. You're no longer paying attention to when they come in, you know, you're giving them less focus, you know, so you don't even realize when they're in a bad mood. You start to miss the fact that they had a bad day. You start to miss certain things that, you know, if you gave your focus and attention on, you will realize, you know. So it's important for, you know, to you know, maintain that attention to detail, that attention to the energy in the atmosphere in your relationship, so that you can be a support when they need you. You know, if they've had a bad day, you can lift their spirit, you know, and let them know that you are there in their corner. So definitely you want to make sure that you are checking out their mood, and you want to know the difference between destructive and constructive criticism. Okay, destructive destroys, tears down, and contaminates the relationship. Constructive criticism builds, structures, and nurtures the relationship. So you want to make sure that if you have anything to say that is constructive, that is something positive, even if there is some negative things that's going on that you want to address, you want to make sure that you're conscious of how you are saying what you say, because sometimes we can say things that are hurtful and regret it later on down the line, and that person still has that in their mind. They might have forgiven you, but they're still hurt deep down inside, so you want to make sure that, if you do say something that might not be so kind, that you are able to take accountability for those things and really correct your words and actions as well. So self-awareness is key, and definitely you want to make sure that you pay attention to your partner and pay attention to the energy. And last, the seventh key component that I have to sustain a healthy relationship is patience, understanding, and compromise. Okay? You have to be willing to put the work in, and you have to be willing to put the time in. Okay? You might have to take a day off from work every now and then, or you might have to take time out, from personal things from your schedule, to implement more time in your relationship, to strengthen your bond. That takes compromise. There might be times where you have to teach your partner. There may be things that your partner is not familiar with, or they might not know as much as you do. And you have to be willing to show them what it is that they need to learn, that they need to understand. That takes patience. Maybe, for example, in the bedroom, it's taking forever for your partner to come. Let's be real. It might be times like that where you got to put more effort and more time in to learn, and teach your partner. That takes patience. Frustrations. There may be things that you are frustrated about. Maybe your partner leaves the toilet seat up if they're a man or whatever. Maybe they don't put the paper towel rolls on, or the toilet paper rolls on, or they don't dispose of it when it's empty. Maybe they clutter when they're under a lot of stress. They might clutter your home, or clutter their car a little bit. Maybe they forget to put the cap on the toothpaste. Maybe they leave makeup on their sink, or they're forgetful when it comes down to going to the grocery store and bringing home certain items, or just whatever the case may be. They are forgetful. These things can be frustrating, okay? But it takes understanding in those moments. You have to be understanding that we are all human, and your partner is human just like you, and you want them to be understanding in those moments when you do things that frustrate them as well. So it's important for, you to recognize that we all have flaws and shortcomings, and give them the same amount of consideration. And my motto is accept people for who they are and give them credit for what they do, because at the end of the day, nobody is perfect, and what you focus on grows. So if you are putting all of your energy mentally into, what they did wrong, oh, they left the toilet paper off the roll, oh, they left hair in the sink, oh, they did this or they did that, and you aren't focusing on the fact that, they just fixed you a wonderful meal last night. They just filled your gas tank up, without you even asking. They just, bought you your favorite pair of shoes that you've been wanting all month. They just gave you a wonderful massage. Whatever it is that your partner did that, was an initiative to show you appreciation and validation or concern. If you are focusing more on those things, those are more the things that you're going to get. Your partner is likely to be more motivated to do those things and be more willing to do those things versus focusing on the negative. So that's important as well. You want to make sure that you are patient, understanding, and able to compromise. So here is all of the information that I have in regards to key components that it takes to sustain a healthy relationship. I hope that you enjoyed this video today, If in fact you did, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. And let me know what your thoughts are. You're more than welcome to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.